Welcome back to Fox NFL Sunday as we get set to send you out to Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh as the Steelers host the Detroit Lions. Standing by with the call of today's action, Kevin Harlan and Jerry Glanville. Gentlemen.
It's opening day in Pittsburgh, and the slippery and always dangerous Barry Sanders leads the Detroit Lions attack against the Pittsburgh Steelers with the league's top defense led by Kevin Greene and Greg Lloyd. Will the Steelers and coach Bill Cowher be able to rebound from last year's playoff loss to the San Diego Chargers? We'll find that out next. From Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Fox Television Sports presents the National Football League as today, the Detroit Lions take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the second year of the NFL on Fox. I'm Kevin Harlan. For the Pittsburgh Steelers last year, the second best defense, the best rushing attack in the NFL, which took them all the way to the championship game against San Diego, which they eventually lost. And that loss has haunted them throughout the offseason. For the Detroit Lions, they made the playoffs last year for the third time in 4 years, but they too lost in the playoffs to Green Bay. Both teams very optimistic for the upcoming season. Both teams renewed from an offseason full of self-evaluation. And Jerry Glanville, both teams with tremendous running attacks.
The #1 rushing team in all of football, Kevin, and the #3. And in preseason, the two best running backs was Bam Morris and Eric Pegram, both now here at Pittsburgh. But don't forget, Barry Sanders doesn't play in the preseason. He's here today, and he's going to have to try to run that football against the Steelers.
Steelers had the best defense in the AFC, and Pam Oliver on the sideline. Detroit's made some deals with their defense as well.
Well, Kevin, it took a little doing, but Detroit finally decided to dump that old antiquated 3-4 defense. Instead, they're going to go with the 4-3 defense, which is all about attacking and putting pressure on the quarterback. Of course, it helps to have an all-pro nose tackle like Henry Thomas on board. Thomas said he would not have come to Detroit unless they adopted this particular scheme. All right, kickoff is coming up in just a bit after this word from your local station.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Triangle Tech graduate Joe Carafa moved up into management with commitment and his training.
I'm a perfect example of how you can start at the bottom and work your way up. I have a cutting edge above the rest, basically, because I do have the associate degree. 16 months of training at Triangle Tech, I'm doing what makes me happy for life.
Triangle Tech graduates are hired to do important jobs because when it comes to computer-aided drafting and design, no one trains you like Triangle Tech.
At Sendell Buick Oldsmobile Route 30 East in Greensburg, we believe all customers expect and deserve the same basic things. A large selection of new and used cars to choose from, to be treated fairly and with respect, and courteous and high-quality service after the sale. But more than anything, no games, no gimmicks, just the absolute lowest bottom-line price on a new Buick or new Oldsmobile anywhere. And for all that, there's only Sendell Buick Oldsmobile right here in Greensburg. Because if you buy a Buick or an Oldsmobile someplace else, you'll pay more money.
For Kaufman's Labor Day clearance, take an extra 50% off selected already reduced fashions and accessories. Look for the sign Sunday and Monday at Kaufman's. Don't miss it.
This is Fox NFL Sunday.
And now for something new. It's Cooking with Terry and Howard.
First, you need to get a very large bowl and 1 bag of Lay's potato chips. Now, gently pour into the bowl and let stand for 4 to 5 seconds. Here's one I prepared earlier. I, on the other hand, like to experiment a little more than our friend Terry here. I recommend a bag of Wavy Lay's.
Next week's show, how to pour beer. For today's recipe, write the Lay's and Wavy Lay's potato chips. Bet you can't eat just one.
Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Detroit Lions, 9-7 a season ago against the Steelers, who in 1994 were 12-4. Jason Hansen will be kicking off for the Detroit Lions. They lost the toss, and Ernie Mills is deep back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The coverage teams on kickoff for the Lions a season ago were somewhat of a concern. They've changed the special teams coach, so they hope that these things will iron themselves out in this season with tremendous promise for the Detroit Lions. And the 1995 season is underway, and Ernie Mills will keep it in the end zone 5 yards deep and fall to an ease. And 29-year-old Neil O'Donnell, Jerry Glanville, in his 4th full season as a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And he's a thinking man's quarterback. He's the guy that prides himself on studying. He prides himself on knowing where to throw the football. Not the strongest arm, but a guy, when you interview him, Kevin, you end up liking this type of guy.
6th season from Maryland. Almost flawless 94, where he threw 13 touchdowns and a league-low 9 interceptions. From the 20-yard line, 1st down and 10. With double tight ends, Hayes and Green. Williams and Morris in the backfield. And the first call goes to Bam Morris, who takes it by the 25, and he's out to the 26-yard line where he's tackled by Ryan McNeil. Now that line for Bam Morris is vital. The line is a good one. With tight end Eric Green now gone, Jonathan Hayes will now take over. But here is the crux right here. The tackles, Jackson and Searcy. The guards, Newberry and Strelzik, and Dermonti Dawson is the center. Bam Morris just carried with John L. Williams in the backfield. The receivers, Johnson and Thigpen, and there's the tight end, Jonathan Hayes. It'll be 2nd down and 4 from the 26. Bam Morris again. This time he is stacked up. Michael Johnson, the former Brown, and Ryan McNeil make the stop from the linebacking and quarterback core. The Lions now have switched to a 43 defense, and on that line, the new addition is Henry Thomas with the rookie Ellis. Porcher should have a big season, and Tracy Scroggins on the outside. Linebacking core with Johnson. Spielman now moves to the middle with Tracy Hayworth on the outside. And the secondary, Massey, Clay, Blades, and Ryan McNeil. It'll be 3rd down and 4. And 4 wide receivers for the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the shotgun, O'Donnell with time, and the pass, which is caught for a 1st down by Charles Johnson, tackled by Chris Spielman.
And that's what we're going to see today. If you like hard-nosed tough football, we got 2 teams here that'll flat smack you. That's Chris Spielman, and he treats the enemy like they kidnapped his daughter. He wants to smack him. Watch the hit as he watches it come to his right. You're going to play middle linebacker in this shot.
Chris Spielman has been the top tackler for the Lions for many years. A 5-time Pro Bowl player. 1st down and 10 for Pittsburgh on the game's opening drive from the 31. And Morris for a 3rd time. And he backpedals out for a gain of 2 to the 33. Where he's brought down by Robert Porcher, 4th-year veteran out of South Carolina State. Bam Morris taking the place of Barry Foster, who is traded to Carolina, then subsequently cut.
Penetration. Last year, the Detroit defense sat and they played, they read. Now they're coming after you and attacking, and they had penetration again on that 1st and 10.
From the 33, 2nd down and 8, no score. He's going to turn the ball game. O'Donnell. Here's the completion. Nancy Thigpen with the 1st down to the 43-yard line. And a gain of 11 on the play. He beat Robert Massey on the right corner.
Nice throw, nice time pattern, and the weakness of the Detroit team is the secondary. Their corners are just out there, the safeties are out there playing, and they hope that the rush can help the weak secondary, but you can't help the secondary on a 2-3-step drop, and that's what the quarterback did there. Neil O'Donnell, a student of the game, is going to go after the corners.
And he starts the game 2 of 2 through the air. 11:49 remaining in the 1st quarter. Game opening drive. 1st down and 10. Little play action by O'Donnell. And he's got time with an escort and a spectacular catch made at the 41 by Yancey Thigpen. A gain of 17 and another Pittsburgh 1st down.
The bootlegs. Once they get running the football, the Steelers will do the bootlegs. Watch the wideout. Here's the bootleg on the quarterback. Now, what makes a good quarterback? Receivers making great catches. Not a perfect throw, not right where he wanted it, but a nice grab by Yancey. Go up and get that ball.
And on a crossing pattern, too.
Crossing patterns off the bootleg.
seventh play of the Pittsburgh drive at the 40 of Detroit, 1st and 10. And that's, again, it's Bam Morris who is crawling to the 38. Tackled by Michael Jackson with the first hit. Bam Morris played almost as much as Barry Foster did last year. And when Foster went down, Morris picked up the slack, and they have all the confidence in the world in this young second-year back out of Texas Tech.
Well, he's big, and he's full speed, and he'll make people scatter. He'll go through arm tackling, and again, what's changed Detroit there was penetration, and he had to make the cut before he wanted to make the cut. Penetration by the Detroit defense.
No score, second down and 9. Pittsburgh from the 39 of the Detroit Lions in that brand new 43 defense. And they're offside with maybe a hard count by O'Donnell. His markers are on the field.
And Detroit coming on a blitz there, Kevin. They were coming. They were not going to sit back and play like a year ago. 2nd and 9, and they had an all-out blitz coming.
Ball start. Number 73. Offense moving prior to the snap. 2nd down.
Justin Strelzik in his first season as a starter, former 11th round pick. He is guilty, and the first penalty of the game goes against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mark him back 5 to the 44. Clock is at 10:15 and ticking, and there's no score. 2nd down and 14. Nickel package is now in for the Detroit Lions. John L. Williams comes in motion. And a dead-eye perfect pass to Charles Johnson, last year's #1 pick. He gets to the 36 and picks up 8, where he then was whacked by Benny Blaze.
Unusual there, Kevin. They send the man in motion to build the trip. Talk about the Steelers. And then all the crossing routes, something you picked up in practice. You can see him going in motion. Watch everybody come out to your right, underneath, fullbacks to the flank, the flanker coming underneath.
It's going to cause some confusion.
Cause some confusion, scrape people off, somebody that hope breaks up. Here they are, 4 wide, Kevin. That's new for the Steelers.
And they shift in the spread on 3rd down and 6 from the 36 of Detroit, and the handoff with the flag thrown, and John L. Williams down to the 32. With 9:15 remaining in the first quarter from Three Rivers here in Pittsburgh. Penalty flag this time is tossed against the Detroit Lions.
You cannot have a penalty on 3rd down. Look at the new sunglasses the coach is wearing, huh?
You gave them to him.
Yeah, he looks good. I told him this make him bulletproof.
Offsides. Number 97. Defense lined up in the neutral zone. 5 yards. 3rd down.
Tracy Scroggins lined up offside. 3rd down. You cannot. There you go. You force a kick, and you cannot have a penalty on 3rd down. I had teams that had penalties, but you can't have a team make a penalty on 3rd down or in 2-minute situations.
Steelers were middle of the pack in that statistic, scoring on their opening drive. Now they have 3rd and a long one, just shy of the Detroit 31, as Neil O'Donnell gets the call in from the sideline, still using the radio helmet from the call from the sideline out there.
And surprisingly, on a 1 yard, they got 4 wide receivers going against the dime defense. Unusual call.
And that's something we really haven't seen with the blitz on. It's picked up, and O'Donnell has the first down to the 21-yard line. Ernie Mills, the catch. Gain of 10 on the play.
All-out blitz on 3rd and 1. Detroit, like myself, thought it was going to be a run. And one thing, they believe in O'Donnell. He hits the slant on the blitz. All these people are going to come up here and blitz, so the inside route has to be adjusted. Okay, now that wide receiver has to replace where the man blitzed from. He did get where the safety's supposed to be. And your corner on the slot back's got to get inside shoulder on that receiver.
Good-looking drive put together here by the Steelers. 8-12, no score, first quarter. O'Donnell is not missed on 5 passes. The handoff on 1st down, and it goes to Bam Morris, who crawls his way to the 17 with the marker thrown back at the 25.
Well, I saw 2 wide receivers just moving a little bit, shaking their shoulders at the same time. Don't know if that's what they saw or not.
3rd penalty flag on this drive, which began back at the 20 of Pittsburgh, and it's for the 2nd time against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coach Bill Cowher in his 4th year. He's taken the team to the playoffs the last 3 consecutive seasons.
Looks like he's lost some weight, doesn't he? I think he's thinner than he was.
On the offense, number 81 and 82. We're moving simultaneously. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
I love when the officials see what we do. Mark that down. That's really a super job.
8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The Steelers have held it the entire time, almost 7 minutes on the clock, and with the penalty now, first down and 15. Eric Pegram comes in for the first time, the former Falcon. From the 26 of Detroit. O'Donnell brings it out to Pegram, being chased by Spielman and ushered out of bounds at the 21, and picks up about 5 on the play. Eric Pegram, Jerry, you drafted him down in Atlanta.
We got him out of Texas. This guy is as tough as a nickel steak. This guy here can flat play. With us, one year he had like 1,100 yards, and then last year they didn't play him much. I think he's just a real tough, hard-nosed, quick football player. Great job by Spielman being able to run. This guy here can run a 4-3, and Spielman doing a good job playing the angle and knocking him out of bounds.
He picked up 5, now second down and 11. Pegram again in the backfield. Now fumble on the exchange, and O'Donnell has jumped on it. From the center, Dermontti Dawson, who today is making his 101st consecutive start as the center in the wake of the retirement of the legendary Mike Webster here in Pittsburgh.
Let's see what happened on this. If the quarterback pulled out early, the snap was up. He just didn't handle it. That's the quarterback's error. Whenever I was coaching, every time the quarterback dropped the ball, the quarterback coach would holler at the center, "What'd you do wrong?" But sometimes even the money guys make a mistake. And Dermontti is the best center in the National Football League.
The clock here is at 6:37. John Williams in the backfield, 12th play of the drive, 3rd and 11 for O'Donnell. And he gets it out to John L. Williams, who drops it, being chased by Tracy Scroggins. And Porcher was right in the face of O'Donnell.
That's the difference in the lines. Porcher even pressured the screen hard. Last year, they'd all be on the line, playing on the line of scrimmage, playing the piano with their hands. This year, they're attacking and coming after him. Not a good throw. A little more air, and they still would have had a good screen to John L.
And another former Falcon that you had down in Atlanta, Norm Johnson, who has made big headlines here since replacing Dean Biasucci, who was supposed to replace the legendary Gary Anderson.
Well, Norm's about as accurate as you can be.
This will be a 40, make it 39-yard field goal with the hold coming from Ron Stark. And into a slight breeze. The replacement for Gary Anderson has culminated a very nice-looking drive for the Pittsburgh Steelers on a 39-yard field goal. Steelers on top.
I am safe and sound. I'm motion-censored, watchdog, doorman, security cammed, and dead-bolted. So how do I get out?
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
I got it!
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies. Tap the Rockies!
More than denim in every pair of Levi's jeans.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. Drivers want it. By Levi's Jeans, we put more than denim in every pair. By Coors Light, shipped cold to bring you all that is great about the Rockies. Tap the Rockies with Coors Light. And by IBM, solutions for a small planet.
A nice drive put together by the Pittsburgh Steelers, taking 8.5 minutes off the first quarter clock on the game's opening drive. And here's the kickoff by Norm Johnson. Deep back Morton and Willie Clay, and this will be Johnny Morton from the 9-yard line. And he's down at the 21. Trying to find a replacement for Mel Gray isn't easy. We'll get to that story a bit later as Johnny Barnes comes flying downfield for the Pittsburgh Steelers with the stop. So Scott Mitchell will get his first turn of the '95 season when we come back.
right? And I need a really flexible car. So I lease a Volkswagen Golf. $179 a month. It's great. I sell cappuccino machines. Sometimes I need to move big things, sometimes I have to move little things, but I always have to move. It's got dual airbags, daytime running lights, and everything fits into it. And it fits into everything. Hey! I have got to cut back on the caffeine. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh, no.
Hey, what do you say there, fellow football freak?
You better get out of here before Mrs. Football Freak catches you.
Hey, come on, we're going to the big game.
Can't do it.
I got a new car.
Yeah, who's driving?
Emmett Smith.
Come on, Jerry.
Cool. Still can't do it.
Egg McMuffin.
I love that group muffins.
$2 for $2. Oh, honey, I gotta go out for a second.
Now at McDonald's, you can convert $2 into 2 hot morning fresh egg McMuffins or 2 towering tasty Big Macs. But the clock's ticking, so hurry.
Mrs. Football Freak's looking out the window, Jerry.
Show me some moves, Emmett. Let's go.
I've always wanted to do this. With NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV, you get up to 13 regular season games live every Sunday. So if Washington is blowing out the Bucs, it switch to the 49ers Saints game. But hey, is Emmitt Smith breaking the rushing record? Tonight, rushing the Eagles? You get it. Not on cable, but with DirecTV and this. Now that's a game plan. To get NFL Sunday Ticket on the 18-inch DSS dish of your choice, call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Fox presents Damon Wayans and Marlon Wayans. Which jewels would you like to see, gentlemen?
That one? I like them big.
In Mo Money. Broadcast premiere Tuesday.
Steelers on a 39-yard field goal on the game's opening drive, and now we get a chance to look at the Detroit Lions on an absolutely picture-perfect day in Pittsburgh. They love their defense. Which last year led the NFL in sacks, and will be zeroing in on that man, Scott Mitchell. He's got Sanders in the backfield with Moore and Perriman as receivers and 2 tight ends on 1st and 10 from the 21. And Barry Sanders with his first call. And he crawls to the 36 to make it 26-yard line and picks up 5 yards on the play. Mitchell signed for big bucks last offseason. He then had a good opening with a nice win down in Dallas on Monday night, Jerry, and faltered toward the middle of the season. Injuries sent him out, and he had to watch David Craig lead him into the playoffs.
Well, what happened to him, a lot of people thought he won the lotto. He got all that money, and he hadn't earned it yet. The pressure's on him to go off and be as good as he's supposed to be this year.
Corey Schlesinger now joins Sanders in the backfield on 2nd down and 5. Mitchell to the air for the first time to his second receiver, and he is too high for Herman Moore, who is double covered on the near side, and Carnell Lake was there along with Willie Williams. The offensive line has been a cause for concern throughout training camp. The changes, they've got Lutz and Wydell now at the guard. They've strengthened the middle. The All-Pro Glover didn't practice all week. Compton replaces the holdout Lomas Brown, and Zephyrus Moss has the bad knee. And some dangerous receivers with Perriman, Morton, and Moore, the tight end Ron Hall, and Barry Sanders, who gained 1,800 yards plus a season ago, is in the backfield. We'll be seeing more two-back situations from the offense this upcoming season. It's 3rd down and 5, and the ball shy of the 26. And a first down pass by Scott Mitchell to Herman Moore, who caught 72 catches a season ago. 54 of those 72 catches, Jerry, were for first downs or touchdowns last year.
And watch him go for the first down here. When he catches it, you're talking about first down. It's man-to-man blitz. The corner's got to push and shove. That's Willie Williams coming inside, and they just get enough for the first down. Nice job by the quarterback. He was pressured on a blitz.
Detroit's first drive with the first down and 10 from the 32. Barry Sanders with his second call. And Sanders to the 34. And a meager gain of 2 as Carnell Lake makes the stop. The defense is everything. They run the 34 as their base defense in Pittsburgh, with a tremendous front line, which people will start talking about this year with Seals, Steed, and Brenson Buckner, who's a second-year player from Clemson. Green led the NFL in sacks with Kirkland, Brown, and Greg Lloyd. And the secondary, Williams, Perry, Lake, and Rod Woodson. It is 2nd down and 7 to go. Mitchell again with the blitz, and he is brought down. Sacked by Chad Brown, who gets the first sack of the season for this Pittsburgh defense.
big defensive lineman, that slant and loop, and you'll see it. This is the defense of the 90s. Everybody's wearing the 90 in the front 7. A lot of people think it's the best front. This end's going to go down, and 94 is going to go on a loop, and the tackle swings outside for 95, and bam! It's the defense of the 90s. All front 7 wear a 90 jersey number, so you can't figure out who's the linebacker and who's the defensive lineman.
And he came up the middle, too, at the guard.
He came right off the offset between the guard and the tackle.
Nickel package in for Pittsburgh's defense, 3rd and 14. Mitchell going deep, and interception. Picked off on the play by Darren Perry. Perry gets the block. Pulls another inside the 15, all the way to the Detroit Lion 12. When a marker has been thrown, a flag is on the field.
A bad throw, but a pressured quarterback trying to escape to his left. He's got the pressure on him, but even though you're getting pressured, you don't make that bad throw.
Darren Perry has led the Pittsburgh Steelers in interception in 2 of the last 3 years. And let's see if it holds up here as they discuss the penalty flag at the 11-yard line. And there's a shot of Bill Cowher, who left Marty Schottenheimer's staff at Kansas City. And it appears as though it's against the Steelers. It is. Holding is the call, and it came after the interception.
So they maintain possession, and they get penalized. Number 80, Brett Perriman, did a great job tackling that play. He did a good job. Worked hard. A lot of receivers don't work
Holding,
that hard.
number 94, Pittsburgh. During the return, 10 yards, first down.
Darren Perry, who is 3rd last year in the National Football League, picks off the first interception of the season for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who Jerry led the NFL in giveaway takeaway with plus 14 a season ago.
They know how to get the button. They're not that good on offense, and they don't need to be because they get the turnover ratio. Plus 14.
So the Steelers with their second possession, 1st and 10 from the 36. Eric Pegram by himself with double tight ends. And a pulling guard is Eric Pegram. Takes it to the 31-yard line and picks up 5 as Tracy Hayworth makes the stop. He's a key man in that defense, and Eric Pegram makes a nice gain of 5.
Eric Pegram gives Pittsburgh something they haven't had. Unbelievable burst of speed. They're going to run him with 2 tight. They're going to just sweep it, and put 2 tight ends on the line to block. Watch the burst. There's a little crack. Get it going, Eric. Full speed running. Nice job.
65 with a nice block.
Oh, I tell you what. I love that the Detroit has changed in what they're doing. Good job by Tracy Scroggins on that tackle.
2nd down and 5. Steelers lead 3-0. And going deep is O'Connell with the receiver, and a little bit long for Charles Johnson. Incomplete pass. It'll bring up 3rd down.
It's hard to throw accurately when you double pump it. And you saw him take the ball and pump his hand and fake a route and then try to go deep. I see the ball never having the right pressure with the fingers on the double pumps. It's hard. Watch the quarterback. He's looking off to his right arm. There's the pump. There's the pump. Where is he? Where is he? There it goes. Too long.
You say he loses power in his arm.
Well, you have a different grip on it. You grip the ball so hard when you go to throw it and you don't throw it. Then you come back, you don't have the right pressure with your fingers.
I didn't know that.
4 wide, Kevin.
On a 3rd and 5 with 2:58 remaining in the first quarter, and the pitch out to John L. Williams, who had to get to the 26 and got to the 27, so he'll be a yard shy of the first down. And the first important call of the game for Coach Bill Cowher on 4th and inches.
I know what he'll do. With his defense, you got to go kick it. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter who wins this game. There's going to be a good football team be 0-1 on. These are 2 good football teams. It's going to be a good team 0-1 on Monday. But don't any of you fans worry. Both of these clubs are going to win a lot of games.
Norm Johnson had just kicked a 39-yard field goal.
90%, best in the NFL. He made me look like a good coach one year. That's hard to do.
Ron Stark on the hold. This will be a 45-yard attempt. And the breeze is kind of been across. And Norm Johnson misses wide right. So Wayne Funch dodges the bullet after his team just turned it over.
If you don't replace your air and oil filters regularly, you might as well drive your car off a cliff, because dirt can really mess up an engine. Fram Extra Life air filters and Fram Extra Guard oil filters keep out dirt best to protect your engine. Fram, America's #1 premium brand. Pay a little now or a lot later.
Buy any 2 Fram filters and get your favorite officially licensed NFL team cap for $1.99.
I'm in charge. I can make appointments. I can break appointments. I can call a meeting. I could call Hong Kong. I am in complete control. I just wish I could open these windows.
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
On Monday, September 11th, all hell is breaking loose. Melrose Place season premiere, September 11th.
Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Jerry Glanville. Pam Oliver is our sideline reporter today. We'll be checking in with her. It's an absolutely picture-perfect day in Pittsburgh with the temperature at about 78, very little breeze. And Neil O'Donnell could not capitalize on Detroit's turnover. And now let's see what the Lions do. They've got a 1st and 10 from their own 35. In motion is Perriman. Play action by Mitchell on 1st and 10. And it's almost picked off again by Darren Perry. He was going for wide receiver Herman Moore.
That's our first 2-back formation for the Lions. But I think what strikes me up here is the Lions don't have enough running plays yet. Here we are trying to do the play action. You missed it. They did a play action that way, the fake run, and come down and throw the slant. When you got Barry Sanders, I think we got 2 rushes in this game so far. Let's run the football a little while with him here, and then come back with the play action.
Got to run the ball.
Got to run the football here today.
2nd down and 10. Handoff, Barry Sanders, and he is escaping defender after defender after he takes it out for a gain of 3. Joel Speed finally got him, and James Brown in Hollywood has us on this update. James?
All right, Kevin, the Panthers are roaring against the Falcons. Take a look at Frank Reich hooking up with his ex-teammate from the Bills, Pete Metzelaar. That made it 7-0. Resulting field goal makes it 10-0 Carolina. 4 left in the first. Let's take it back to Kevin and Jerry.
Thank you, James. Of course, that is a tremendous Buffalo influence with the Carolinas. Bill Pulliam is the general manager.
That front office knows how to go get football players.
It's 3rd down and 7 for the Detroit Lions from the 38. Mitchell again swings it out to Barry Sanders. Sanders needs to get to the 45, and he gets to the 46, and he picks up a 1st down. Ray Seals chased him from behind.
That's a long handoff to Barry. Anybody else would not have had the 1st down. He jukes, makes a good cut, and he leaves people out there getting hurt just trying to slide and move around with him. What a job Barry said. This is the best back in football.
And putting him into a double back set gets him out into the pass lanes a little bit quicker as a player's down. That is Rod Woodson for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll be back after this. Steelers by 3.
When they were small, we had a little sports car.
And then they got bigger, so we had to get a 4-door.
So we leased the new Volkswagen Jetta, $199 a month. Nice, huh? The German-engineered front-wheel drive Jetta comes with rack and pinion steering, daytime running lights, dual airbags. It's a great driving car.
It's got a big back seat.
And a huge trunk.
Weimaraners come from Germany.
Maybe that's why they like driving so much.
On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
I'd have to say Larry is my best friend. The guy is a maniac for sports. He loves to play football. That's his sport, and he's the boss.
And he'll never, ever leave a game early.
What is this, the Arctic Bowl?
He's rolling out the tarp with him.
Larry!
But all my life, Larry's always done me big favors.
Mike, Diane, Mike.
Hi.
Very big favors.
Yes. Cheers, buddy.
When you're with a friend as good as Larry, shouldn't you have a Heineken?
You know, Linda's been my barber.
Stylist.
For years.
Months.
And a while back, she told me.
Stop squirming.
No. She said I should do something about my slick. I said, get a new barber? She said, get new Head and Shoulders. I said, you're serious? She said, yeah. Now it has Micro D, which fights flakes better without stripping your hair of the oils it needs. So my hair feels no flakes. And I owe it all to my stylist.
New Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
If clueless Alicia Silverstone can't have him, no one can.
She's crazy.
The Crush, world broadcast premiere Wednesday on Fox.
Watch Rod Woodson. He got hurt on this play, but not bad. He's playing the funnel, turning Barry, making Barry turn in, and right there he got tripped up a little bit, but we believe he's all right. He walked off under his own power.
Sanders got the first down on 1st and 10. Sanders gets the handoff from Mitchell, and nowhere to go. The swarming defense of Pittsburgh all around him. Levon Kirkland was there along with a host of others. Just one final note on Woodson. In a game against Philadelphia right here late in the season last year, he tore some ligaments in his knee. That has kept him off the kickoff team in preseason and throughout this season. But he came back in that game and played the rest of the season with ligaments damaged in his knee.
He looks like an unhappy guy there. He must have a lot of pain there. It must be more severe than what we were guessing.
Alvoid Mays has taken the place of Woodson. 2nd down and 12 for Mitchell. He guns the line drive pass. And what a catch by Brett Perriman for a 1st down to the Pittsburgh 41. Cornell Lake wrapped him up. What a pass and what a catch by Perriman.
You call it. Catches like that give your quarterback confidence. That was an uncatchable ball. You got to have a Perriman, you got to have a Herman Moore that can make a great catch on a bad pass to get your quarterback back in sync. Stretched out, good catch.
That's the final play of our 1st quarter and the season opening game in the 95 NFL season. And the Pittsburgh Steelers on top, 3-0.
In Madison, all eyes are on Kevin B-52 Browning. Stunning in his beauty, ballet-like in his grace. Like Barry Sanders before him, young Browning can seemingly make holes where there aren't any, and make daylight out of tangled jerseys. With the season opener just a week away, this is one of the few players who could have a 3-yard loss described as brilliant.
You're Drew Bledsoe, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I get it. Very busy guy. I don't want to attract a crowd. I used to quarterback myself, too, over at the community college. Basically the same game as you. When I was like the man, you should try that one. 245, black down. Had the same Nike turf trainer covered feet. Look, man. But you, he sees one. Score! 6.
I'm not Drew Bledsoe.
Oh, yeah, mom's the word there. Nancy. What?
They say there's nothing like the taste of a Dr. Pepper. But they have obviously never tasted a Diet Dr. Pepper. Discover what millions already have. The great taste of Diet Dr. Pepper.
No trendy health club. No $60 shorts. No bull. Speed 6 no-nonsense formula gives you 110% protection. Like you, it never quits.
5 minutes.
Still attending to Rod Woodson on the sideline. We told you he tore some ligaments last year in his knee, and it looks like maybe the same thing is bothering him right now. Hard to say from our perspective. But, Jerry, what this does now, it puts 2 new faces in the secondary with Woodson gone. Former Redskin Alvoid Mays is in there. And he is joined by Willie Williams, replacing Deon Figures, who is injured with the knee.
Well, you look for Pittsburgh. They like to play some cover, too. You look for the safeties now. They have to stay back and cover up these new corners.
And our opening play of the 2nd quarter, Barry Sanders goes to the 42 and picks up nothing. Greg Lloyd and Chad Brown, who led the team in tackles in '94, making the stop on Barry Sanders with his 5th carry and just 8 yards today.
The Steeler defense, the front 7, probably the best front 7. They all wear 90s. There's Greg Lloyd, the defensive player of the AFC. And these fellas can flat out play. There's a dominating defense. Last year ranked 1, 1, 2, 2. All categories they can flat get with it.
7th play of the Detroit drive. 2nd down pass play caught by Herman Moore. 6'4" Herman Moore to the 33-yard line and shoved out of bounds by Willie Williams. Here's one of the great big receivers in the NFL, Moore.
And you could see Willie Williams, the corner, was so far off him. That's a gimme. That was an out route, and I think Willie is not real tall compared to Moore and got off of him.
5'9".
5'9", that's a mismatch, so that out route was there, and that's a good throw by Scott Mitchell. He needs to get in sync himself a little bit here.
Moore was replacing Jerry Rice in the Pro Bowl a season ago. 3rd down and 2 from the 33 as we start the 2nd quarter. Mitchell threw into traffic, and it's incomplete. Rod Woodson is leaving the field. And that will be something to look at, perhaps the best combination cornerback in the NFL.
This guy here, you know, he's on the all-time ever football team as a defensive corner. You can't replace people like this. And, of course, their other starting corner was shot in an accident in L.A., got a bullet in his knee. So now Deion Figures and Rod Woodson, the two starting corners, both out of this football game for right now. They say Deion may come back, Figures, and play a little bit, but he didn't start.
And the game clock is down to 8 as Deion Figures comes in the game for the first time today. And a timeout is going to have to be taken by Detroit. The play clock got down to 1, and so they don't lose any ground. And so Deion Figures, and a new look for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Only one has the moves of Barry Sanders. Only one has his acceleration. Only one has his control. Only one has such breathtakingly perfect balance. Seville STS with the North Star system. A great performer creates a higher standard.
And now for something new. It's cooking with Perry and Howard.
First, you need to get a very large bowl and one bag of Lay's potato chips. Now, gently pour into bowl and let stand for 4 to 5 seconds. Here's one I prepared earlier.
I, on the other hand, like to experiment a little more than our friend Terry here. I recommend a bag of Wavy Lays.
Next week's show, how to pour beer. For today's recipe, write the Lay's and Wavy Lay's potato chips. Bet you can't eat just one.
Oh, this is South Dakota. We found out Tony was pregnant in late April. Of course, the babies were born 8 weeks premature. It was hard on both of us. Tony found out about Aflac from some friends of ours. Aflac took care of virtually everything.
Aflac covers the unexpected costs of getting better, so you can get on with life.
Babies' names are Tyler and Taylor, and they're about as healthy as you can get.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Cadillac and your Cadillac dealer, creating a higher standard. By Aflac, insuring over 38 million people worldwide. By FedEx, for documents, packages, and freight worldwide, our most important package is yours. And by Visa, official card of the NFL.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Monongahela, which runs right outside Three Rivers Stadium. The Steelers on top, and Detroit is trying to tie it. They brought in Jason Hanson to try a field goal that will be pretty long, over 50 yards, 51 yards to be exact, with the hold coming from the former Steeler punter, Mark Royals. Last year, Hanson was 0 of 5, and he makes the pick with the pooch punt inside the 10 and into the end zone with the touchback.
Great call, though. He tried to kick it out on a 2-yard line. That's football. That's Frank Novak, the new special teams coach they just got this year, and that was a field goal punt, trying to pin him down in there. Great call.
There's Frank Novak right there.
Brand new with him, came from Houston, Texas, and he's upset, but everybody thinks it's a long field goal. Goes right back to the kicker, and he's trying to hit that corner to the right, and it just won't go out. Just misses it.
Hanson did some punting at his alma mater of Washington State, and he did some punting in this past preseason. In fact, they thought he might even be a better punter than he is a kicker. But you know, Joe, you can't do both of them. You can't punt and kick at the same time.
Well, if you do that, you get double salary, don't you? There's Frank Novak. Came on with them this year. He's really added to their toughness. They go down, and they cover kicks better than they ever did, and he'll help. Guy played at Northern Michigan University up in Marquette, and he's back home in his home state.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers will get it for a third time today. They've hit a field goal. They've missed a field goal, and they begin for a second time at their own 20. First down and 10 yards to go. Bam Morrison, John L. Williams joining O'Donnell in the backfield. And on first and 10, Bam Morris trying to find room, and then wrapped up by Robert Porcher and Chris Spielman. Now let's go down to the sideline and welcome Pam Oliver. Pam?
Kevin, you saw Rod Woodson leaving on his own power. He wasn't hobbled very much, but the word is he has a sprained knee. Doctors are looking at that now. It's questionable whether he'll return.
All right, Pam, thank you very much. Of course, he does a lot of things for this Pittsburgh team, and his loss will probably alter just a bit how Detroit may face him.
And really, they've lost the other starting corner, so they're not the same, but they still got the great front seven, so it's going to be a tough day regardless.
No gain on first down. It's second down and 10 from the 20. John L. Williams with the first down. Williams breaks a tackle and takes it by midfield to the 47 of Detroit.
If you're going to penetrate on defense and come upfield, you can only beat it with traps inside. We talked to Spillman last night. He says the inside traps are what bother this defense.
A 31-yard gain by the former Seahawk.
Watch the guards coming right here to trap it, Justin. And there goes John L., the guy nobody was watching for because he's the fullback, he's the receiver, he's not the running back. Good job downfield making people miss.
Justin Strelzik and Tom Newberry, the guards, opening up right there. That's the longest run John L. has had since 1993. And on first 10, Van Morris bangs over the right side and takes it down for a gain of 1. Now for a McDonald's game break. Let's go back to Hollywood, and here's James Brown. James.
Hey, Kevin, big play by John L. Williams. Take a look at this big play. Trent Dilfer, the guy who Sam White is riding on. Big arm, 64-yard, deep post route to Horace Copeland to pay dirt. Tampa Bay leading 7-6 in the second. Let's take you back to Kevin and Jerry.
Well, I know Alvin Harper, the former Cowboy, has been sidelined by injuries, and they go to Copeland with a nice big gain right there. Second down and 8. And we've got everybody moving all over the joint. And markers are on the field. The clock at 11:45 here in the second quarter, and it's a 3-0 Pittsburgh lead.
And how do you stop a new penetrating defense, Kevin? Snap count. Just like you're playing the Vikings. This is like the Viking defense. Do a long, hard 3. The quarterback can get in the huddle and say, on 3.
Number 91 defense. 5 yards. Second down.
O'Donnell told us that hard snap count may be something he'd utilize today.
Neil O'Donnell said he would be in the huddle. He'd say, it's on 3, it's on 3. That, he doesn't say it in the huddle, but that means it's a hard 2. That when he goes hut, the second hut's going to be hut, and try to bring him off, and he got him right there.
And let's listen on this second down and 3. Some time as he's hit, as he throws the ball, he's picked off and then dropped by Robert Massey.
Well, Robert Massey will not believe that when he sees that tomorrow. There's a chance to get right back into the ball game. You got to make those catches.
Scroggins came up and got O'Donnell. O'Donnell only threw 9 interceptions all of last season.
There was a bootleg. He's trying to naked bootleg come out there. He had plenty of time, but one good thing about the 4-3, everybody's rushing. Sooner or later, they recognized it, and Tracy Scroggins started chasing, got a little late pressure. Big down here, Kevin. Third down. This is it, baby.
They had some trouble with third downs a season ago. 3rd and 3 for the Steelers. 11:25 in the first half. 3-0 Pittsburgh.
No back in the game. He looked around. Something happened here.
Called a timeout. O'Donnell did, and that's the first timeout taken by Pittsburgh today. So they'll have 2 remaining as they burn one off right there. Steelers with the crucial play coming up in the first half. They lead 3-0.
Just off the Pacific Coast Highway, there's a place where America ends and the Pacific begins, all right outside your window. It's the Seven Gables Inn overlooking Monterey Bay. 7 gables, 14 rooms, 1 spectacular view. So if you go, bring your wide angle lens and your Visa card, because the Seven Gables Inn will take your breath away. But they won't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
In the middle of my workday, I don't do power lunches. I do power lifts. And when you work out this hard, better use a deodorant that works hard too. That's why I use Speed Stick. It gives me 110% protection that lasts all day. And fortunately, all night. Because while I may not have time for lunches, I always manage to find some time for dinner.
Speed Stick, like you, it never quits. And try new Speed Stick Clear for clear protection that never quits.
5 minutes.
Rarely does someone go where no one has gone before. Rarely does someone accomplish what has never been accomplished before. Rarely does an automotive system achieve a combination of advantages never achieved before. But when it does, the world tries to follow. The North Star system by Cadillac. creating a higher standard.
They're wild. They're untamed. They're Dr. Quinn's worst nightmare. Martin Lawrence and David Allen Greer are back-to-back starting Saturday.
Second quarter, the Pittsburgh Steelers lead the Detroit Lions 3-0 with 11:25 remaining. Coming up next, many of you will see the Minnesota Vikings take on the Chicago Bears in the second half of our Fox NFL doubleheader. Some of you will see Arizona take on Washington. Check local listings for the game and time in your area. Viking-Bears game will be a good one.
I wish I could see both those games. No back in the backfield, Kevin. They got wideouts everywhere.
3rd and 3 from O'Donnell. And he sends a pass, which is caught at the 32-yard line by Ernie Mills. And that's the first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers as Sean Van Horst makes the stop. Gain of 9 on the play.
Take a look at this formation. They call it an empty tank. You call it no back. There's no backs. They got 3 wide receivers here and 2 out to that side. Nobody there. 4-man rush in a zone. Beat the zone down inside.
One of those crossing patterns.
Crossing patterns we saw him practicing.
And that, by the way, is the first pass completed in his last 4 for Neil O'Donnell, who again is engineering a pretty drive. First down and 10 from the Lions 32. And Van Moore takes it and a fumble on the play, and it's loose at the 30-yard line. And it appears the Steelers have fallen on the loose ball. So a gain of 2 to the 30. It'll be second down as John L. Williams wrapped his big arms around the loose ball for Coach Bill Collins.
Remember what Chris Spielman said. The only way they can beat us attacking is trapping and pulling. They're pulling the tackle. They're pulling Searcy, the tackle from Miami, coming up through the hole, trying to find a hole.
That's a big body on the move, that big Searcy.
Oh, that's a 300-pounder tiptoeing up through there.
Second down and 8. 10 minutes remaining in the first half, and 3-0 Pittsburgh on top. John L. Williams. And he's stuffed by Chris Spielman.
Wow, did Spielman hit him.
4-3 defense, Jerry. What does that do against the run?
Well, what's happening now is for the first time, Spielman doesn't have to shed a big 300-pound guard and hit at him with the left arm and run chase. He's going to have some good free shots like that. He's going to go a whole different level because the 4-3, the line is cleaning out the offensive line. Defensive line's going. I like what I see in the Detroit team this year.
Mike Tomczak has just come in for Neil O'Donnell, who is walking on the sideline and holding on to his right hand. And Tomczak, who had a brilliant season last year, 3rd down and 7. With time and almost picked off by Michael Johnson. Incomplete pass.
Nice play by Michael Johnson. The linebackers for Detroit last year only had 1 interception, and they're all over the ball here today in the very first game. I think it's because the line is going after. You can help a poor linebacker, a poor secondary if you get some pressure. Look at that. Look at him get his hand in there. Michael Johnson. He's a leader now this year. He's with this football team, and here comes a field goal by Johnson.
3rd attempt today. He's hit 1 from 39 and missed from 45, and this will be from 47 yards away. And he gets it. A 47-yard field goal by Norm Johnson. Replacing Gary Anderson, and again, the Steelers cash in, now leading 6-0.
I'm dead. Dead? I got 47 boxes to ship out by tonight.
Easy. FedEx shipping software. It's just point, click, and ship.
Really?
Bramwell thinks I'm working my tail off. Just point, click, and ship. Take a long lunch. Point, click, and ship. Play a little golf. Point, click, ship.
FedEx shipping software is so easy. Just point, click, and ship from your own computer.
Mr. Bramwell. I'm dead.
You're dead.
I'm dead.
You are really, really dead.
For free shipping software, call FedEx.
Cadillac's North Star powertrain system is a gem, world-class, popular mechanics. Seville outsells the Lexus LS400 and Infiniti Q45 combined. Count on Cadillac this summer to bring you a new Seville SLS with the North Star system at its lowest lease rate of the year. Just $499 a month for 36 months with $499 down. Cadillac. creating a higher standard. See your Cadillac dealer today.
Thomas Hayden Church is coming to Fox.
You're right wing, I suppose.
Actually, I'm wingless.
In Ned and Stacy, premiering Monday, September 11th.
Back at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, the Steelers have gotten a couple field goals from Norm Johnson, 39, and he just kicked one from 47 yards away. Another long drive by Pittsburgh. They scored on 13-play and 9-play drives. Kicking off to Detroit, there's Johnny Morton, 87, and waiting. And Johnson's kickoff, taken by Morton from the 4. Morton, last year's #1 pick, has no room to roam, and he was hit. There's a flag and a fumble, but they blow the ball dead at the 15, 16-yard line. Steve Avery makes the stop, and Detroit has the ball. The Steelers now with some concern because Neil O'Donnell took himself out of the game a couple of plays ago.
Watch this pass here. This is where good pressure by Tracy Scroggins, and watch him come down on his right hand right there. The next play he comes in and he just throws it. He's not hit, but he knows there's something wrong with his hand. Watch him look at his hand. Look at the swelling on the outside. He looks at it and says, boy, that don't look good. But I don't see any bone or any blood, so he's still got a chance to come back in.
And there's a look at the passing hand of Neil O'Donnell.
Looks like a pinky. Looks like we heard a pinky.
On the kickoff, there was a face mask against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So in addition to the gain to the 16-yard line, mark off 15 more yards, and it goes to the 31-32.
On that kickoff, the Steelers put the ball, Kevin, right in the right-hand corner and had 10 people from that hash to that boundary. Again, special teams coaches can coach in this game. Bobby April knows how to cover kickoffs, and that was his scheme of putting that ball in that corner.
Third possession today by Detroit. They got it first down and 10 from the 31. Scott Mitchell with the pitch out to Barry Sanders. Nowhere to go, so he reverses field. Sanders getting a block from the quarterback, Mitchell. And Sanders gets a 2, and Jerry probably should have lost 10.
Well, you get to see it all. This guy will make 9 people miss a gain a yard. He didn't like where he had it. The flanker was smart. He knew if he made his block, it was going to be a clip. So that's what broke the play down. He couldn't block the guy without getting a penalty. Here's the toss to Barry. Magic feet. He didn't look this quick. I walked into him this summer on Venus Beach.
Venice.
That's what it was, not Venus, Venice. There he was. Him and I were walking around. He didn't look this quick on the beach.
Second down and 10 for the Steelers. For the Detroit Lions, who trail 6-0. Barry Sanders. And again, nothing is there.
Plays over.
At the end of about a yard, Brenson Buckner makes the stop, getting some help from Kevin Green. It'll be third down and long.
Brenson Buckner, you're talking about big men that are agile and can change direction. Joel Steed, the nose tackle. Ray Seals, the other defensive end. Big people that can carry 300 pounds, but turn on a dime. That's the difference. This front three will get more credit this year for how good Pittsburgh is.
Buckner started the last 7 games last year and came on strong. Had a couple of sacks in the postseason for the Steelers. Now Detroit, third down and 9.
Going blitz, Kevin.
From the 31. Mitchell hit as he threw, and the pass just off the fingertips of Brett Perryman on the sideline. And for a second consecutive time, the Detroit Lions have got to punt the ball.
Now 99 and Chad Brown are linebackers, but they're all going to come in here. Watch the pressure on Scott Mitchell. They never give the quarterback a second look. They got it blocked well, but sooner or later, here comes a big man coming on in there, and that's Ray Seals, the guy that never played college football. One of only 2 people in the NFL that never played in college, Kevin.
And that punt right there was stopped before it was even allowed to begin. Mark Royals will be punting, the former Pittsburgh Steeler, who left via free agency and went to the Detroit Lions. Tom White is our referee today here in Pittsburgh.
And he's a good one.
False start. Number 48. Moving prior to the snap, 5 yards. Still 4th down.
Tom Beer is a reserve running back who grew up in the state of Michigan in Bayport. He's called for the infraction. There's Mark Royals out of Appalachian State. He was a good one, especially inside the 20. He is as good as there is in the NFL. And he replaces Greg Montgomery, who left. Andre Hastings is deep back for the Steelers.
And Greg Montgomery was the guy out of Michigan. Played at Michigan State, so they've had some local people. They're going to try to block this punt. just about a lost art in the National Football League. Every year, there's fewer and fewer block punts.
There is no infraction. We will make the ball ready for play once again.
Wayne Fonts 4 wins away from becoming the all-time winningest coach in the history of the Detroit Lions.
And he'd pass a legend. What was the guy's name? Wilson? George Wilson.
And a beautiful punt by Royals, and Hastings backpedaling to the 14-yard line. And the wide receiver gets a gain of 9 on a wild punt of 59 yards for Royals. Now here's today's Aflac trivia question. Who led the Lions in rushing in 1988? And a clue, it was the year before Barry Sanders' arrival. 3-0 Pittsburgh, 6-0 Pittsburgh.
Only one has the moves of Barry Sanders. Only one has his acceleration. Only one has his control. Only one has such breathtakingly perfect balance. Seville STS with the North Star system. A great performer creates a higher standard.
Shaving can strip away your skin's moisture, leaving it dry, burning. But now you can take the heat out of shaving with new Old Spice Soothing Gel. An amazing 2-in-1 gel that combines aftershave and moisturizer into one soothing formula. Try it. If you don't think this makes your face feel great, call 1-800-PROVE-IT for a full refund. Prove it to yourself. Try new Soothing Gel. Takes the heat out of shaving. And now you've got proof. Guaranteed.
It happens every day. As the earth rolls on its belly, the lights go out from east to west. Night sweeps across the land. This is the time when dreams are made. And as another day is put to bed, a tired eye blinks once, twice. Good night, sleepyhead. Serta. We make the world's best mattress.
Back in Pittsburgh now, today's Aflac trivia question. Who led the Lions in rushing in the 88 season? That was the year before Barry Sanders arrived, and the answer, Gary James with 552 yards. Back in the 88 campaign. That was the year, by the way, that Wayne Fonts took over from the disposed coach Darryl Rogers and took this team over, and they've been to the playoffs many times. 3 of the last 4 years, as a matter of fact. Well, Pittsburgh with the new quarterback, Tomczak, with the 1st and 10, and he dumps it off in a screen pass to Bam Morris. He gets the block, and it's close to the first down near the 35-yard line. There's a late hit flag thrown on Michael Jackson, the former Cleveland Brown. Right now, let's go back to Hollywood, and here's James Brown in our Hollywood studio. James?
All right, Kevin, one of the features of the West Coast offense, high percentage passes. Another feature, that man, Jerry Rice, takes a 5-yard pass, turns into a 50-yard touchdown run, a 52-yard interception return for score by Tim McDonald. 14-0 San Fran. Back to Kevin.
Picking up where they left off last year, those 49ers.
Hard to stop them. One thing today, getting the ball to Bam Morris on a screen, when all things fail, your rule is go screen him. If you can't run and you don't have time to throw, get the screen going. So the ball in the big back's hands, Bam Morris on the screen, and he ran over a couple folks and got the penalty call against Detroit.
And a costly one, too. A face mask takes him out to the 50, where it's 1st down and 10. Eric Pegram is in the backfield. And the call to John L. Williams, and he finds very little room.